Okay, listen, guys. Tank tier list, but all time. The context of this, I'm going to be ranking each tank based on how strong they were at their prime and the longevity of the character. So, for example, a character that had a really strong peak might have a high ranking, but if the rest of their career was kind of shit, that rank will go down. So it's just kind of like that. Tier list on how much piss they drink. What the fuck? You motherfuckers are weird. All right, let's get into the tier list. Okay, Doomfist. Let's go in order. Let's go in order. So Doomfist. Doomfist used to be a DPS. Back in the original days, Doomfist used to be a DPS hero, and then he became a tank. So I'm only going to be rating Doomfist on base of when he became a tank. Now, Doomfist had maybe 1 or 2 seasons where he was really meta. He's been a relatively strong tank for a long while now. He's currently kind of mellowed out, so I wouldn't say he's in the S tier of tanks. The S tier of tanks are saved for when tanks were broken as shit, and if they've been like just long over time really fucking strong. You know, he only became a tank in Overwatch 2. I think Doomfist deserves maybe... He's been a strong tank. I think he's a B tier. He had a good couple moments. He's had some seasons where he's been underpowered. I would never say he had any season where he was crazy. Okay, C tier. Toast thinking C tier? I don't know. I think B tier is fair. Next up, we have D.Va. Now, D.Va's an interesting scenario because D.Va had a really good time in Overwatch 1. Like, D.Va was a very strong Overwatch 1 tank, and then when she came here, she was kind of underpowered during drop, and then she sort of made her way up. But overall, I think D.Va has been very strong for a long time. I don't think there's ever been any necessarily times where D.Va was like a throw pick on like some of the other tanks on here. But D.Va has been a very strong tank for a very long time. But she doesn't have that like, you know, like King Von type of season where she was just ruining ladder. She's been strong, but I would never say she's in the... she's definitely better than Doomfist. I'm going to put her at the top of B tier. Do we put her at A tier? She's either a low A tier or a strong B tier. I think she's A tier. She's been strong. She's never really been that bad. All time D.Va S tier? I don't think so, bro. Dude, you gotta consider like peaks. You know what I mean? Like think about sports. You know, you look at like people that have just been like regular for their entire career. Like D.Va's just been strong her entire career. She's never had that crazy like season where she was just like unbelievable. Like I think that's something to consider when you think of S tier heroes. All right, next up we have Hazard, who's the newest on the list. So Hazard doesn't have much of a sample size, still very early, unproven, but I think Hazard has been a relatively strong character. He had that one season where they nerfed his block, and like that was kind of shitty, but I think overall he's been a strong B tier hero. Nothing too crazy. What's good, Kimmy Cat? Good morning, Kimmy Cat. Nerf Hazard? All right, Toast, I'm gonna nerf you. Okay, next up we have Queen. Now Queen was pretty good on drop. Like drop Queen is like S tier level, you know, hero, but she's like kind of mellowed down, and even now she's in the D, maybe C tier. She's so independent. She's so unique because it's not like you need a comp around her. She can be really good. The ceiling is really high, but the floor is also really low with her. You know what I mean? Like she's not one of those characters that it's just like, is she in D.Va level? I don't think she's D.Va level. What's good, Tinder? I don't think she's D.Va level. I gotta go B. I just don't think she had as much of as good of a peak as some of these characters. You know what I'm saying? Now Mauga. Now, if we're rating all-time peaks, Mauga had the best peak of all these tanks. There was not a character stronger than Prime Mauga. Prime Mauga is the equivalent of King Von. Prime fucking Mauga would literally run yo shit. Like anything above Diamond, if you weren't running Mauga season 8 and 9, you were throwing your entire shit. And even now, he's relatively strong. I don't think there's ever been a season where he was unplayable. They put him in the barn for a couple seasons, but he's been so strong since he's been dropped. Obviously, he doesn't have the sample size that these guys have, so I just don't think it's too fair to put him in S tier. I can't. He hasn't had to go up. Like all these other heroes have had long sample sizes, you know? I can't put him in S tier. D.Va is an S? Are you guys sure? Do you really think D.Va's an S? You have to consider the longevity, chat. D.Va an S tier? Okay, I'll agree with it. D.Va could be an S tier. D.Va was strong in Overwatch 1. D.Va was really strong in Release. Like D.Va could be S tier. Yes? All right. I can agree with that. I think D.Va could be S tier. I think D.Va could be S tier. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, but Mauga's got to be A. I just don't think Mauga has enough of a sample size, you know? It's like taking a rookie that had a really good season, or like a sophomore that's had a really good season. We haven't had enough sample size. Now, Orisa. I mean, do I even really need to explain this one? No S, bro. Bongo was who the fuck said Bongo was ass? You have absolutely zero ball knowledge. Thug 12, do you understand that Bongo was literally nano for everybody on your team? Bro, there was a time in Overwatch where people got so fucking bored because Orisa was the only playable tank. Orisa has to be S tier. The shit she did in Overwatch 1, even now, she's been really strong throughout Overwatch 2. I think now she's finally kind of like chilled out a bit, but she's got to be an S tier hero. I mean, her shit was running shit up. Orisa is S tier. Orisa has been a strong hero throughout. She had a really good peak. All right, next up we got Ram. Now, Prime Ram was definitely, if we're talking primes, again, if we're talking primes, and I'll do a prime tier list, S tier. But current Ram has been so ass. Like, current Ram has been dog shit. Chat, current Ram has been some fucking hot Mondo shit. Hey, Toast, if you're confused, maybe look at the top of your fucking screen. Hey, Toast, look at the top of your screen. Do you let it crust? Back to what I was saying. Ram, peak Ram, like, guys, S tier. All-time Ram, I have to be real. Current Ram is not that good. Current Ram is just not that good. We have to consider it. And for that, I'm putting him in A tier. I think he had really strong seasons at the start. I think his prime, which was like 4 or 5 seasons ago, was fucking S. It just leads to A. Now, Reinhardt. You know, Reinhardt and I don't really get along. Let's be real. I don't fucking like Reinhardt. But there's no denying his influence. Now, if we were going off influence, S tier. S tier hero. I gotta bring it back to Overwatch 1 because so many people are gonna say, oh, he D tier, oh, he D tier. But his Overwatch 1 days are good, but I don't think it was as good as a lot of people brought. I think his Overwatch 1 days were good, but I think there was a long stretch where Reinhardt was just not playable. I think there was a long stretch where he was just not that good, chat. And his Overwatch 2 days are numbered. I mean, his Overwatch 2 days tank it from like an A tier to a D tier character. If we were just going off Overwatch 2, he'd be D. I mean, he hasn't seen meta in years. Like literal fucking years. I don't know if he's ever been meta in Overwatch 2. And I think it kills me to say it because Reinhardt is such an influential character, but he's so niche. He's just so niche. You just don't see him. There's no need to play him. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Where is Zar? Uh-oh. Okay, Ram, we're gonna do this. Ram 2, we're gonna do Zar.
Define niche.
Niche is like situational. It's a very situational pick. Like there's very rare scenarios. What the fuck is this advertisement? Listen. Like there's only a certain amount of maps you can really play him on. There's certain you have to play him with like a fucking Ana and a Lucio or else he's just unplayable. Like it takes like one counter swap to make him a useless fucking character. Like as soon as there's a Bastion on the team or a Ram on the team, he's fucking unplayable. Like let's just be real. It's so rare you ever see a Ryan actually different Ram. Like let's be fucking honest. Honestly, if there's a D tier, he's D tier. If there's a D tier, he's D tier. It's just his Overwatch 2 rank that I can't. I don't know if there's a single D tier, and this is why I love Overwatch because there's no D tier. Like I wouldn't put any of the rest of these guys in D tier either. Now, Hog Rider. Hog Rider is an interesting case because if we were just going off Overwatch 2, I would put him right next to Reinhardt. But motherfuckers are so quick to forget how good he was in Overwatch 1. And not to mention 2017, 2016 Hog. If you were around back then and you understood getting hooked from across the map behind 3 walls, 2 barriers while your fucking like immortality ability was up, then you know. You could hook a motherfucker from a different goddamn map. You could be on Lijiang and hook a motherfucker from Oasis. Listen, but his Overwatch 2 days numbered. Again, it's one of those situations with Ryan. You were there. If you know, you know. You motherfucker, you would get hooked from different fucking, like, regions. Roadhog, I'm going to put him above Reinhardt, but I'm going to put him in C tier. He had a good prime. He had a really good prime in Overwatch 1. And his ult was good, too. Yes, his ult back in the day was really good. His ult back in the day was crazy. Sigma. Now, this might be controversial because you guys are going to be quick to forget. Again, it's just, you got to go back to Overwatch 1 for some of this. Toast is saying Sigma B tier. Toast is completely out of his mind. Prime Sigma had 0 cooldown on his shield. What do you guys know about a 1200 HP? It was something like that, 1200 or like 1300 HP flash shield. What do you guys know about that? If your shield broke as Sigma, that was a rare occurrence. Your shield would never break on Sigma. Prime Sigma actually was better than fucking, what's it called? Prime fucking, what's it called? Hog in Overwatch 1. And he's been so strong throughout Overwatch 2. Sigma has never fallen below a B tier hero in any meta in Overwatch 2. I honestly think if there is a #1 tank all time, it's Sigma. You can't deny it. You just can't deny it. Sigma is S tier. Sigma has to be S tier. Yeah, Sigma's got to be in the top. How is Sigma horrible to play? Yeah, Sigma's horrible to play because he's so strong. He's been the most consistent tank throughout the entirety of Overwatch. There's no denying it. Winston. Winston. Hi there. Winston had a really good prime in Overwatch 2. His Overwatch 1 days were alright. He just wasn't meta because you never really could have matched him with like many of the other tanks. He was never really meta because you just couldn't really match him with other tanks. And he had a good prime in Overwatch 2, which is why I'm kind of on the fence between B and C. He's at the top of C if he's C. I don't mind putting him in B because you know what? He did have some moments in Overwatch 1. I think Ram, we're going to do Zarya. I don't know. There was a bug. Ram, we're just going to put a Zarya. Now Ball. Ball had a really bad adjustment to Overwatch 2. People are very quick to forget that Ball at the start of Overwatch 2 was bad. In Overwatch 1, he really wasn't all that crazy. He was pretty good because he just had infinite HP. But, I mean, yeah, he had a strong season, but he had a bad adjustment to Overwatch 2. And even in Overwatch 1, he wasn't crazy. I know I said there's no D tier tanks, but you got to put Ball in D. He wasn't that tough. Now, unfortunately, Ram's on here twice, but we're just going to put this as Zarya. I wish I could change the image, but it's not. So, Zarya's S tier. I don't need to explain Zarya being S tier. Zarya has, again, never been below a B tier hero. Zarya back in Overwatch 1-2 was so fucking strong. Zarya Ryan back in the day just fucking ran shit. Like, Zarya Ryan back in Brawl meta in Overwatch 1 were server admins. They fucking walked shit down. That's just what it was. They walked the shit down. That's just what it was. You know what I mean? Zarya has to be S tier. And if I was going to reorganize this, I would actually put it like this. Ram and Zarya. This is the way I'd put it. I think all-time Sigma is still better than all-time Zarya. All-time Sigma has been the most consistent tank throughout his entirety of his career. Let me know what y'all think. I hope other creators do this too. I hope other creators do an all-time Ram tier or tank tier list. I might do the support and the DPS one. But I hope they do an all-time tank tier list too. I think this is a really good idea. And y'all have any objections? Do y'all have any objections? They might drop the 2 from Overwatch 2. Why? Ball is not S, bro. Ball is just not S.